Yo, what is up, guys? Today I'm actually doing some mechanical work in the garage. I had a good friend of mine drop off with one of his cars. He's been having some trouble with it. It has a leaky brake line and a couple other things. Uh, we got the windows wouldn't roll down. It needs an oil change. Some of the struts are bad. So we're gonna address some of that stuff and see what I need to be replacing. And I'm gonna give him a hand with it because he trusts me to do his work. So I'll gladly do it for him. And he's a good guy. So it's a Mazda 3, and I've done some work previously on it. It had some bearings that were bad about 6-7 months ago, so we replaced those bearings. And now we're on to the next set of things that go bad for about a 13-14-year-old car. And it's still in great shape, but it's just normal maintenance things that come on down the line. So I'm going to show you guys what the brake line looks like and where it's leaking, and then I'm going to show you what I do to fix it and replace it. Also, it's going to get an oil change. That's nothing special, but I am going to be fixing the windows too, and we're going to see what that looks like. None of them rolled down but the passenger one, so my guess it's something to do with the switch. No big deal. I'll probably pull it apart and rebuild it, see why it didn't work, and that'll be pretty good. I'm also working a little bit on the Escalade. If you've been watching the channel, the Escalade is near completion. I've been putting my blood, sweat, and tears in this Escalade truck. Sorry, I was just looking at it and I noticed something. I've been putting the blood, sweat, and tears on this Escalade truck, and we're near the finish line. Today is Wednesday, and next Tuesday it's going to be an auction, and that's where I sell all my cars. So hopefully that it'll sell. I'll bring you guys with me to the sale, and hopefully that I can show you guys what that looks like on my end from when I'm selling the cars. So I'm really excited about that, but I'm also going to be doing an oil change to this truck today as well, because the oil is very old from sitting all this time. So I'm doing an oil change on the Cadillac Escalade, and I'll give you guys a peek at that real quick. And I am also doing all the work on this Mazda 3. So without me talking anymore, we're going to jump right into the work here that I'm doing on this Mazda. But just really quickly, I'm going to show you guys. You can see how good the Escalade looks. Everything is finished, and I'm going to be doing an awesome video about that. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, make sure you go back. I've been dropping a couple videos of what I've done to the truck so far, and I'm going to be doing an entire video on the detail that I did, and then we're going to be taking the truck to the auction, and I'm going to get that on video too. So make sure you go check out my last few videos if you want to see how I got the truck to look so good. And right now we're just going to, like I said, oil change and some maintenance work on this Mazda 3 for my dude Tony. If you're watching, Tony, you're a great guy. Love you, buddy. Glad to do the work for your truck or for your car. like I said, thanks for letting me work on your car, Tony. And yeah, you already saw me take this apart on the video. What I think it is like this side unbolts, and when that unbolts, I can slide this clip out, and when I slide that clip out, this piece also comes out. And then like this, when I replace this, I believe it's going to be a dealer part, I can remove this from the caliper, and this line slides back in there, the clip goes over it, and then the brake line actually, gosh, excuse me, oh my goodness, then the brake line. So yeah, what I was saying is this nut will unbolt, hopefully. I'm gonna keep on letting it, some JB80 is some great stuff. It's better than the PB Blaster, it's better than the WD80 or the WD40. WD40 isn't even a penetrant, it's a cleaner. But JB80, if you want to sponsor me, I love you guys. The best stuff on the market. I like JB80. It does a great job. I'm thinking it's a 10. Of course it is. I brought the open end set just to see if I could get one on there. It's a little loose for the 10. But you want to use a line wrench because you can see the difference here. The line wrench is a little more closed. It slides over the line, but it's got more of a box, and an open end wrench really is just like fit for two sides of the nut, but the box is like almost a perfect fit. So I'm gonna go see if I got a 10 box or a 10 line wrench. You just want to have the best grab you can get on these. Yeah, it's still a little too loose for my liking. Alright, so I actually found one, 10 millimeter with the line. So, and that just seems like it's a lot better. Gotta be careful here. It's on there pretty good. Don't want to do is you don't want to strip that. I'm actually going to go sandblast these two because I think it could be one of these, either the 9mm or the 3/8, but there's so much rust in there that it's not going the way it should. So I'm gonna go sandblast these real quick, clean them up, and then come try it again. In the meantime, I'm gonna let this thing soak some more. Alrighty, so you can see I got them pretty cleaned up as best as they can. We'll find out if it actually is gonna fit though. Doesn't look like that's it. It's gotta be the 10, it's just really not in great shape. Yeah, it's gotta be the 10. Gotta be the 10. I think we're gonna go for it.
Perfect.
So in order to remove this line here, you actually have to pull the caliper off a little bit. So I'm loosening the caliper sliding pins. I remove this spring that belongs here on the front. It goes like this. And I'm going to pull this caliper off so that I can actually just move this thing the way I need to move it in order to get that line off, which you see, it's right here. So let's see if I got the wrench here, which I probably don't. That's too big. Looks more like a 14. And it's a 14. Let's see if I'll be able to get it. Just jeez. Let's see if I got the 14 line wrench. Hopefully the 14 fits over it. Oh, very good. All right, let's see if we can bust this thing free. It's on there, all right. Jesus. I think we may have got it. Wish I could do that to the other side. Jesus. Ay, ay. If that's any indication of how this other side's gonna come out, that's terrible. It's not good news for me. God, it was on there tight. I'm surprised that came out and didn't break. Knock on wood. Of course I knocked it in the pan. Okay, so we got that line out, which that's pretty good. Alright guys, so after I was able to get the brake line off, I did have to use some heat. My dad gave me a hand with that while I turned the wrench. He was heating it up. I had to take a break for the day because I needed to pick up the supplies, and the line It was not a line I was able to just make, so here we go. I got the line and I had to pick up some oil, so I'm gonna be doing the oil change and installing this line. And the first thing I'm going to do is drain the oil. So as that oil's draining, I can install the line, and then I'll come back up, fill it up with oil. And I'm actually gonna do a double oil swap because the oil's pretty old. So we're gonna put some oil in there, run it for a bit, flush it out, and then do one more oil change, which is no big deal. And we're gonna get that going. The 10mm was slipping off, so I grabbed this itsy bitsy file and I started to file it down so that I could get a 3/8 on there. And my tool was pretty rotten, so it could have been my tool. It could have fit the 3/8 maybe, I'm not even sure. But we got it on there. So that's a bonus. Gonna go ahead and open this up. Open our new line up. Ta-da! It looks really good. Hopefully it's the correct piece. No turning back now. It looks like it's the same because it has this rubber attachment to the fitting, and it's got this rubber washer to fit in here. It looks like it's the proper length. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get this installed. We're gonna do this side first because if you guys were watching, you can't really get a wrench on this thing unless the caliper is off. So just do my best to line this thing up. Alright, that looks like it went right in. So that's a good sign. Okay, we're already bottomed out there. Alright, let me grab the box. I don't remember what size it was. It's a little big. Definitely not a 1/2 inch. I think it was like a 14. Should have left the tool here. Okay, I got it. 14. Let's see how that fits. That's good. I'm not gonna over snug this. Oh, that should be plenty. Then I'm actually gonna put this brake caliper back together really quickly because I've got that back together. I don't need to wait on that. I don't advise anybody trying to run anything in with a torque wrench before you actually, or an impact or anything before you actually know if it's started, but I've got some solid experience, so I'm not too afraid. I knew that they were lined up. These clips are always such a pain in the butt to put in. Oh, that one went right in. Alright, that seems like it's it. Generally those clips are such a pain. Just a couple tabs for my screwdriver. Alright, there's your caliper. It's all back together. I got these lovely little boots that go behind to keep any moisture getting in there. Alright, now to the main attraction, the brake line. Let's see. I would really like if I could get this off. Okay, so that goes in there like that. I don't know if you can see that. There's a keyed piece and that goes in. And then this clip goes on here. Like so. So then that's in place. Now we just gotta get this. So I might just cut this off and get a new wrench. It's on there tight. Set that in there. I can't. It's gonna take some precision accuracy. But what I can do is maybe I can just bend this one now. It's such a bad spot. Oh, that got it. That got it. Okay. Come on. There we go. So, I cut my tool. I'll just buy another one. It's alright. Not too worried about it. I'll grab another wrench. Yeah, I'll go grab another wrench real quick, and at least now we can put it back together. And I don't have to worry about it being broken. I could even probably just use this for right now. Let's see if that's gonna start. Oh yeah. When you are able to thread it in by hand, you know that it's starting. So, or the threads are grabbing at least. So I can definitely see that I'm threading in by hand. So now I'm able to get the wrench on there and snug it up. Again, I'm still able to use the wrench I cut to tighten it up. So, hypothetically, it's not wasted. We'll see when I go to torque it down. Probably gonna have to heat that bleeder up because they don't like to give. That's about it. Oh, my wrench slipped. That's all we got. Yeah, no, the wrench is gonna slip now. Okay, so that's it. Wrench is busted, but it's on there. We'll see if it's leaking when I go to bleed it. Juice on there. Got it. All right, so we have the line installed. You can see this is where it was broken. This is where it was broken. Goes into the caliper right. If I could show you guys right here. Got the rubber boot there. Now we just gotta bleed it. And most of the time these bleeder screws are not forgiving. Here's the bleeder. I'll put a 10mm on this thing. Let me go grab a 10mm and see what that's gonna look like. If you ask me, it looks already chewed up, which isn't a great thing. There's another one, it's supposed to be a 10, but well, it's 3/8 now. I'm not even gonna push hard. I just want to see. Oh God, I'm so sick of these ratchets. Craftsman sucks. This is a extension that has a locking piece. Ah. Pound the socket on, they said. It'll be good, they said. There we go. Looks like I'm about to heat this thing up. Ah, too much hissing. Give that a try. I just don't want this thing to snap. We got big problems if it snaps. Whew. Had me sweating there for a second. Last thing you want is a broken bleeder screw in the back of your caliper. So there we have it. I'm gonna wire brush this bad boy, and then I'm gonna reinstall it and bleed these brakes. I'm gonna actually just fill the reservoir and let it gravity bleed for a little bit. When I start seeing it drip out of this line, I'll then start bleeding the brakes. I'll need assistance, so I'll grab my dad. But you can see the heat got it. So I'm gonna put the torch away real quick. I'm gonna brush this. Brushed it clean, and I could see that some of the threads are a little gouged up. Oh, it's already leaking here? Ow, it's hot. Jesus Christ. You'd think it would just let me have my socket. So I'm going to put the tire on, jack the car up, and drain the oil because I gotta get that done. And I can't do that because the jack is too low, or the lift is too low right now, and it's preventing me from getting my oil catch underneath. So that's it. I'm gonna take these tools down, put the tire on real quick, and lift the car. Get these fingers started so that I know they're not stripping. I don't advise you guys to do this, but I'll check my torque with the wrench when I'm finished. But don't use an impact gun. Don't use an impact gun on your lugs. I do it because I do it all the time. I'm very comfortable with it. Don't try that at home. Okie dokie, so I can lift the car. I'm not going to be recording the oil change just because it's pretty basic. You drain the oil, you take the oil filter off, and that's it. You fill her up. So I'm not going to be recording that because I just don't find it necessary. And I'm going to be moving from this car to the Escalade. But you can see here's the drain plug and there's the filter up in the front. Pretty simple one to get to, so I'm gonna grab the oil catcher. You know what? I guess I can just let it drain real quick. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't find the need to record everything. But I don't often do mechanical jobs on camera recently. I've been working on the Escalade, so can't tell if I can even see that. Okay. Looks like a 16 millimeter. 17's the money. Okay. I'm gonna raise this pan so I don't get splashed on. It's pretty cold out here today, so I don't think it's gonna run like crazy. Voila. Got an oil. So that's where I'm gonna cut it because like I said, I'm gonna let this drain for a little bit. It's cold, I didn't run the car. So it's gonna take like 15 minutes, 20 minutes for this to drip dry. I'm gonna let this drain and then I'll come back to it and fill her back up. And like I said, we're doing a double oil change. We're gonna swap this oil. We're gonna put some clean new oil in it, and then we are going to, oh, you can't even see that, can you? Okay, just a hair. I'll lower this now. There you go. Yeah, you can see what the cold oil looks like, drip dripping. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and flop over to the Escalade and drain the oil on the Escalade. Do that oil change real quick. Then I'll come back to this car and finish it up. Alright guys, I'm wrapping up for today. I was able to get the brake line installed. I did the double oil change on the Mazda and everything seems to be doing good. I bled the brakes. I wish I would have got that on video, but it's not as easy. The way I was doing it wasn't as easy for me to put the camera up and film, and I didn't want to get covered in oil or the camera covered in oil. So we got the Mazda finished up, the brake line, the double oil change, the windows fixed. Everything was pretty simple. So shout out to Tony again for letting me work on his car on the channel. I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys like this video. I did also do an oil change on the Escalade while I was working and covered in grease. So the oil is done on the Escalade. I literally have about 5 things left to do on the Escalade before it is completely finished and gonna be headed to the auction. There's a couple kick panels I have to put back in, and some dressing I need to put on the vehicle's trim pieces and the interior, and then the Cadillac will be finished, which we're thrilled about. We're hoping that we can sell this truck Tuesday. So something I thought that was oddly funny when I was working on these cars, I did the oil changes at the same time, and the Mazda's drain plug bolt was a 17 millimeter, and this big truck drain plug was a 15 millimeter. I just thought that was kind of funny because this little tiny Mazda, this little sedan, had a 17 millimeter drain plug bolt, and the big Escalade only had a 15 millimeter drain plug bolt. So I thought that was funny. Maybe you guys will think that's funny. If you guys watch this video, leave a comment in the section below and tell me what you think I need to do to make my videos better, or if you enjoyed this video. I've really been making some serious progress, and I think I'm finally getting the rhythm of things, making the videos or shooting them or editing, all that good stuff. I'm trying to make them better so you guys enjoy watching the videos. Shout out to all my people that watch my videos also. I know it takes up your time, but I really appreciate you guys clicking the video and watching it. It means a lot to me, and one day when I do make it, I'll keep you guys all in my thoughts, because I know one day we will get there. It's a slow and steady race, but we're steadily going up, up, up. I have some great projects coming, and I've got a couple more things I got to get done before I can get to those, but we're almost there. And then we're going to start having some real fun. So stay tuned, guys, because I would love to give you guys some more awesome content, and it's just going to get better from here. So thank you guys for watching. If you're not a subscriber, just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't do you any harm. It helps me. It makes me feel great. You'll enjoy something down the line. If you already clicked this video and you're watching at this point, I know that you're into cars. I know that you're into this kind of thing. So it doesn't hurt you. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and definitely leave me a comment. That was a mosquito. Definitely leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this kind of stuff. I will always adjust. I will always make changes to try and make you guys enjoy the content more, or and keep you guys involved. If you guys leave me a comment, I'll shout you out in my next video. Tell me what you think. I'll gladly do something to keep you guys in the loop. So without me going on any farther, we're gonna say goodbye to the Mazda because he's gonna come pick it up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Maybe that'll be Tuesday at the auction, but we're gonna find out. So thank you guys again one last time. Thank you for watching, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Peace out.